بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
4 years ago, we transitioned to a liberal arts college. And the idea behind that is to have a BA program. It's centered around Islamic studies, but it also involves those things that are taught traditionally in liberal arts colleges, an emphasis on critical thinking skills, on communication skills, the ability to write, the ability to read at a very high level. And then we are also having the students study key texts in the Western tradition so that they understand the civilization that they're living in and some of the ideas that inform that civilization.
For Zaytuna College is how to graduate individuals that could help build the community, knowledge of the Islamic sources, as well as being conversant of all the contemporary issues and currents that have an influence on the American society today.
What it means is that we have put together a learning community whose objective is to liberate your mind. To liberate your mind and to unite your mind with your heart so that you can maximize the true educational experience.
This isn't about the job. That's a realistic, and everyone thinks about that, and that's real. Okay, you have to, make a living, but Allah will provide if your aim is just to reach Him and to benefit your community and to work towards good, then everything else will come.
Maybe let me ask you the question.
Okay.
How do you see from your research what
Yeah.
we're doing,
Yeah.
and what's your analysis on that?
Well, I'll say that for me, what is the most heartening and exciting part of Zaytuna College is that, this is what I started to say earlier, but also something that I'm really heartened by here at the ISNA convention, is that I see an engagement and an embrace of the tradition of criticism and critical engagement with the tradition. And criticism is different from skepticism. So you were talking about earlier, skepticism is rooted in doubt. The idea of deconstructing, that we want to, we approach something with doubt. Criticism is integral to the tradition. Nasiha, the idea that we scholars or students give each other advice, constructive criticism, that it's intended with the intention to improve, that we can be honest with each other about our ideas, that we approach. We're all working towards improvement, right? And having an honest debate, and debate is what gives the tradition its life. If we aren't able to be honest with one another, then the tradition dies. And if we don't have that living debate, then it's over.
So a question I'd like to ask you, why do you think it's important for Muslims, especially today, to be conversant with these two traditions, with the Islamic tradition and with the Western intellectual tradition?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I know about your work, of course, and I visited your institute and college, and I think that our struggle in the West is very much about the way we are dealing with knowledge. And we are torn apart between what we call academia in the West and some things that if you want to be efficient within academia in the West, it means that you have to forget about the traditional way we deal with our sources. On the other side, something that if you are rooted in the traditional teaching, it means that you can't get or you have to avoid anything which has to do with academia. It's as if these were two contradictory academic or universes of knowledge. And we have to just say, no, that's not the case.
ذكر عودة فأحمد لم تطلوع على مثله الشمس له جمع الله المعالي بأسرها